What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about OnyxCoin today, XCN USD. It is the 13th day of December, and here we are sitting at about $0.00522 with 8 hours and 10 minutes left in the day. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. We had a very bearish day yesterday, down 11.4%. Here we are, almost completely engulfing, as of today and yesterday, engulfing that one glorious pump day that we had because of the Robinhood listing. And I was talking to somebody about this, and they're like, you say it's bullish, but I thought you said exchange listings were bearish. Yes, exchange listings are both bullish and bearish, my friends. And the bigger the exchange, the bigger the impact. They're bullish because in the long term, and in the midterm even, it allows more exposure. Exposure, as in anybody, if you have multiple avenues to get to the same destination, OnyxCoin, if you've got multiple avenues to acquire this asset, then there's a higher probability that people will. So it's an easier time for people to participate, right? Imagine there's a whole slew. I'm not the type of person to just have one exchange. I've got probably like 10 different exchange accounts, and I don't use them all regularly, but I have them there in case I need to. Most people only have like one exchange, maybe two. Maybe most of you only have one or two exchanges. And for some people in crypto, Robinhood is all they use for crypto. If it's not on Robinhood, they won't invest in any other cryptos. So XCN getting on Robinhood is a big deal for that purpose alone. But it is a big exchange. To have OnyxCoin to offer to your clients, you have to acquire some. You have to take some in. And whenever you are listing it and you're selling it to your clients, that means you have enough where you feel comfortable that you can sell. Now the exchange is no longer buying, they're selling it. To who? To you. So there is some short-term selling pressure that almost always comes out with any major exchange listing. And that is true as well. But long-term, mid-term, whatever, when the crypto market's rallying and Robinhood is at its highest traffic as far as user volume goes, OnyxCoin is going to get a piece of that as well. That's why it's bullish. When we're in this euphoric, blow off top, altcoin season bull market crypto rally, XCN has a giant door open in liquidity with access on Robinhood. Anyways, here we are moving down right now. We even said it here that we could still go lower. We could still go below this low. Even here, where we were excited that we technically had a slightly higher high, where we're moving up, where this pump genuinely felt different, we were still talking about how it's completely possible and acceptable to go lower. We can go lower. And maybe we do, maybe we don't. I don't know. As far as my call goes, as far as my prediction goes, I'm calling for this to be the low. I think that we're at a double bottom here, and I think that we're going to move up. Will I be devastated? Will I be heartbroken? Will I be totally caught off guard if this happens? No. Hell no. And most of that's because we've seen this before. We thought we had a double bottom back here, and then we didn't. You know what I mean? It actually, to be completely fair, this price action here looks very similar to what we're doing here right now. It's not the exact same, but it's very, very similar. There's just more volume down here than there was over here, so that's why I've got a little bit more hope, but we'll see. Looking at the 1 hour time frame, zooming in here, we do have lower lows. Again, less volume. Volume just kind of, you had some volume. If you look at this 1 hour time frame, you can't really tell because of how big this is, but look at how compared to before versus after, this volume is more sparse and lesser. This is still small amounts of volume, but compared to this, it's small, but compared to these over here, this is actually a lot more volume for the hours before the listing. So we had some volume, and then it was sparse over here. We had some volume over here. The volume's been pretty non-existent since the listing on Robinhood. So I think we're just waiting for volume to come back. The people who are looking to buy are probably waiting for the price to come back, and then once the pump happens, once there's any kind of suggestion of a pump, that's when the volume comes in, and it'll likely send us higher. I don't expect that we will see lower lows, but we can go lower from here. 1 hour RSI, no bullish divergence, but perhaps a double bottom, perhaps a triple bottom, maybe, on the oversold zone. If I had to guess, I would think that we do go lower. Stochastics are bearish, and the MACD is building bearish momentum. That's all bearish. So I would think that we go lower. I don't know if this is a proper fib to take, but we're going to try it. Low to high. Yeah, you back tested your golden ratio for resistance, or I guess the zone for resistance. 886 support down at 00515. Maybe we do go lower than this low. Is that the right low to take? Let's see. Let's look at the 4-hour time frame. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe I'm supposed to take this low. I don't know. I don't know if I like the fibs with this, just because it's such weird price action. I don't know. And maybe this wick is this high on Coinbase, but is it this high on Robinhood? Is it this high on other exchanges? Coinbase is the biggest exchange, so that might matter the most. I don't know. I don't feel comfortable taking the fibs here, though, because it's so choppy. That's all I'm trying to say. 4-hour RSI is choppy in itself, but technically bullish. You've got higher lows. You are getting overbought. You're not getting oversold, and you are living above the 50 predominantly. The fact that we're below the 50 implies that we should be getting back above it soon, but we did just reject it. If we break this higher low structure, not that we can't go lower. We can go lower, but if we take out this low, if we go lower than that low there, then likely we will see OnyxCoin below this low. Okay, likely. But the stochastics are reset. We're oversold. Okay, we're pretty low in the stochastics. The MACD is back at the 0, which is exactly where we bounced from last time. And the RSI is very close to where it was last time we bounced as well. We've still got this higher low. So I actually take a bearish posture, a bearish position on the 1-hour time frame, but a bullish position on the 4 hours. So maybe by the time most of you watch this, we're around this area of 0.00521, but maybe a little bit lower. When I say a little bit, I mean, who cares? It's going to be a small amount lower. But then maybe over the next day or 2 or 3 or 4, we'll be moving up, is what I'm seeing on the 4 hour. I don't know. But we are kind of at a critical moment here. You know, if we go too much lower from here, we can go a little bit lower, but if we go too much lower, we likely do take out these lows. Okay. The daily RSI is bullishly positioned as well. The daily RSI allows us to go even down to like the 40, and we could still come back up from there. I would think, though, I don't know, to get down to the 40, I would just think that we'd come down here. I would think we'd see a lower low. Maybe that's what it takes. Maybe we have to wick below. We come back up when we close here, so the RSI is right here, but we get the fake out low, and then we move up. I don't know. Overall, the RSI, to me, it looks bullish. It does look bullish, but it's allowing, it's accepting of downside before upside. Okay, we could just move up from here too. I do think we have higher to go. That's the whole purpose of what I'm saying here, but it might not be right now. Stochastics are bearish. The MACD is bearish overall, but you are building some bullish momentum. There are some bullish things going on. At the end of the day, guys, we're just waiting on OnyxCoin to do its thing. We do have bullish divergence on the weekly MACD. We have bullish divergence on the stochastics. The RSI is the most oversold that it's been in years, since November of 2023, in 2 years. It's the most oversold that it's been in 2 years and a month here. We are finding support right above this area of resistance here, right in this little crux here as well. If we're looking at this from the low to the high, right at the 1272, I mean, we can go lower. Again, and if we do, the amount lower that we have is very insignificant compared to the amount higher that we have. I am expecting that from here, we get I think the right term to use is a snap back. It's going to be like a flash crash, but a flash pump, just like this. Maybe it's 1 week. Maybe it takes 2 weeks. Maybe by the end of the month we're up here, and it's like 2.5 weeks. I don't know. But I would expect that we are probably by the end of 2025 back above 1 cent, probably around there to 1.4 cent, if not higher. And inevitably from here, from half a cent, we are fully expecting prices to rally all the way up to this, I think 10 cent, maybe it's 11 cent. No, 9.4 cent to 21 cent area. The 1272 to the 1618, right? 1272 right here, 1618 right here. This range, this is the primary target zone for our fib extensions. When we take this high out, 9.4 cents, 21 cents, that's the range. 9 cents makes sense, or 9.4 cents makes sense because that's around 10 cents psychological resistance. 21 cents makes sense because that's around our all-time high as well, and it's our golden ratio extension. Inevitably, we do expect OnyxCoin to continue moving higher than that. I would think at some point in 2026, we see a $1 to $2.30 price. The 2618 here to the 2272 fully encapsulates my expectations, because I do expect at a minimum we would see something above $1. Now at a maximum, something right here, I think 240 is the maximum capacity possibility, but 227 is right there too. I like that. I think that makes total sense to me. And would I bet on 227 happening? No, I wouldn't bet on it. I would not bet against it. I wouldn't bet on it happening. I would bet on us going above $1 though. And a little fun fact for the kids at home, with the 2272, this line here, this specific zone, the 2272, typically you don't stop right at it. Typically you do wick above it. So something above $1 is likely, okay? Unless we keep dropping. Then something below 0 is possible. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. We're not going to go to 0. We are very soon to bounce. There's so many reasons why we're about to bounce, and most of those reasons come from the XCN BTC chart. We've looked at that at length plenty of times. But what we haven't done, we haven't looked at this chart with the ribbons. I'm kind of curious. What do we got here? The weekly time frame. Yeah, it's a bearish ribbon. And look at this. This week was so nice. This week was so nice to us. We gave it all back. Daily ribbon. We're looking like we want to cross. This ribbon is looking like it wants to flip, guys. We are really disrespecting it here. I mean, it looks like it wants to cross. But we did that same stuff here. I don't know. I think it does look like it wants to cross here. But the main thing that we're excited about is not the ribbon, but the MACD bullish divergence on the weekly time frame, the stochastics bullish divergence on the weekly time frame, and the RSI bullish divergence on the weekly time frame versus our Bitcoin pair, all while finding support at this prior area of resistance and the golden ratio of this low to high right here. We're right at the golden ratio. So even if we go lower, we're in a safety zone. We're soon to move higher, and the move up should be dramatic. Okay. Again, I think I'm being conservative. I think that from here, calling for a snapback or a flash pump up to about 1.1, let's say 1.1 cents to 1.4 cents, I think that's a conservative estimate. I would bet on that happening, but the thing is, we could really move up higher. This thing has been suppressed for so long, we might just snap all the way up to 2 cents, guys. You don't know. And it's going to happen so fast that you blink and you're going to miss it. It's going to happen so fast that all the people who over the last few months have been selling in a moment's notice, they're all going to be wishing that they didn't sell, because the price will have been higher than where they would have sold. Anyways, hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Patience, patience, patience. And maybe just some DCA as well. Take care. Bye-bye.